See that building in back of me? The Fenway. No, not Fenway Park. This is Lowell. That's where I lived after I moved out of Tower News. After I got the job at St. Joe's. Lester used to run the building. He lived there with his girlfriend that was about 20 years younger. Lester was like in his 60s, ex-Marine. He saw everybody that came in as you walked up the stairs. It was a rooming house like a lot of them I lived in. And he made sure you didn't bring any riffraff, you know? I might have lived there for a long time, but they had a fire. And I moved up to 231 Appleton Street, up the street. Where we're going to go in a minute, because I spent 15 years at that place in 3 different rooms. This is my Lowell. I'm Lance Gargoyle. Here we are. This is Garnett Street. A lot of action going on here back in the 80s. I lived over here. 231 Appleton Street. I lived on the 3rd floor for a while. Signed in the 2nd floor. I never sat on these steps, but Eddie Bland did. You've probably seen him in my movies about Lowell. I don't want to stay too long, but this was like my own patio. This was my first apartment I had. 2 rooms, but I had my own bathroom. The guy that lived there for 10 years pissed all over the rug. Even when I took up the rug, it still smelled like urine. Had so many roaches in it, they were crawling back in when I brought them outside in the trash. But that's Lowell. But I wasn't in the rooming house. You know, I wasn't upstairs in the room. Of course, I was a manager for years. You better get out of here because this neighborhood is still a little funky. Let's walk over here to 231 Appleton Street. Lived there for years. 231 Appleton Street. Down the basement, stop it. Down the basement is where I jam with my buddy Bradley. Up and down these streets, there'd be hookers going back and forth. Eddie Bland was always walking by here. I know a lot of people in Lowell. I lived here for 15 years. Building's got the same color. They fixed it up after I moved out. A lot of hookers sat on these steps. A lot of hookers used the bathroom inside to shoot up. A lot of hookers got arrested around here. Eddie Bland got the shit kicked out of him by a street hooker up there. This is a wild friggin' place. It's cooled down now. Every time I come home from Boston at 2 o'clock in the morning and park my car, a hooker would come over and say I was a date. You going out? You need a girlfriend? 231 Appleton Street. Up there is the roof I used to hang out on. Little slanted roof up there. I was on that side and Dave Rollins was on that side. And that was my first apartment that I got in 2 rooms. 231 Appleton Street.